Oh,
It's Rusty Diamond, motherfucker.
yo, man. All right. So we were talking. We were just gonna go right into it. So I have the cave here. So that's what we're doing. Uh, yeah. Holy shit. Okay. So we were talking about Maui, and and there's some shit. So you were just in Maui.
So I was in Maui. I went for a wedding, and I stayed at the Wailea Resort. And we took a cab there. I didn't rent a car like I usually do when I go to Hawaii, but we rented we got a taxi cab. So I figured I'd just talk to the locals and shit about the fire. And from the airport going to the Wailea Resort, there's this abandoned airbase that I always pass by every time I'm over there, and there's interesting graffiti every time I pass, right? And this time, I guess they were talking about justice for this little boy. Apparently, something happened over there. But dude, in the bottom in American colors, red, white, and blue, it says "Make assassination great again," bro.
Oh,
For real.
Yo.
And it took me back to when the Maui fires happened and how disappointed and pissed off the locals were with how the government was intervening and helping out, right? I guess there were rumors about UNICEF coming over there to help out, but they were staying in the resorts and barely even going to Lahaina to, check it out and inspect the damages that they needed to repair or whatever.
Yeah.
Apparently they're not even really building back yet as much as they should be, a lot of them say that the LA fires were very reminiscent of the Maui fires, whatever the fuck they mean by that.
Yeah. That's kind of what I thought. Man, I had this idea for a business, uh, painting roofs blue. Just going like,
Yeah, I was about to say, bro.
I
just
heard of that.
fucking, dude. Like, there'd definitely be people who'd be like, yeah, dude, I want to have a fucking blue roof, and then I think it would be.
I
So
will
if anyone's listening, man,
if you go out and try to open up that business, I will invest, bro, because that's a very niche,
cool.
I'm down
you know what I
too.
mean, customer base that you can reach.
Yeah, because dude, like, and then they're gonna tell their neighbors. The neighbors are gonna be like, dude, why is your fucking house blue? What do you know that I don't know?
Your fucking
Are we
your
fucked?
business pages are just a bunch of conspiracy theory documentaries about DEWs and shit.
Seriously, man.
So
It's
that's
like,
another thing that happened in my trip. The fucking was it the Department of War or like some entity from the government, I think it's from the War Department, tweeted out that yes, direct energy weapons are real and we have some that we're trying to scale.
oh well,
Mm.
okay. So then,
Whatever that means too. I mean, my mind automatically went to Trump's discombobulator that he used in Venezuela,
yeah,
which
that
is I think more of a frequency weapon that like scrambles you type shit,
Yeah.
more than
yeah.
a laser fucking beam,
I don't
um
know, man. It just seems like all the conspiracy theories are just turning out to be right, bro. And
bro, that's
It's
what
a
I'm
weird
all the
time.
shit
saying,
that they've been
dude.
saying for years, they're just like, oh yeah, that's real. Yeah.
I did not know 2026 would be the year of the conspiracy theorists. And
Literally, bro.
what's funny and what people don't really talk about. All the conspiracy theorists aren't happy about this. If anything, like
Yeah.
I'd rather all this be a conspiracy theory. You know what I
Yep.
mean? Like
Facts,
it's
yeah.
not cool
It was
that
more fun.
yeah, it's not
More fun
fun when
that
like
way.
it really is true that the president's like raping kids and doing some
Right.
satanic
Yeah.
worship after.
That there's a real island that they take kids and grow them up to become fucking sleeper cells in the United
Bro,
States and different places. Like,
it's crazy because like it's all over the place. Like, and if you're not paying attention to the quote unquote conspiracy space, it's too much and it's too overwhelming to keep track of. It's like,
yeah.
what the commissioner of the NBA is in it. What's goyim? You know? Oh, what's
Right.
what's all these fucking what's all these like bioengineering shit he's doing? You know what I mean? Like it just seems all
Yeah.
over the place. You think it just means like children trafficking, and what's coming out right now is they're eating human remains and they're practicing cannibalism, right?
Yeah.
All
Right.
crazy, but unless you listen to Public Access or The Cave, you don't know what the fuck is going on. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I mean, that
Dude,
stuff has been like around for a long time. It's just like getting mainstream traction now, you know. The
Yeah.
whole, you know, McDonald's and Burger King situation with their meat, and you
Mm-hmm.
know how certain culture of people have a certain kosher emblem on the food, so that way they know, oh, this has not been touched by goyim, or you know, it's only for goyim. You know what I mean? Like it's fucking weird, bro.
Yeah. I said this on a previous podcast, but um, it encompasses the 9/11 conspiracy theory. It encompasses the Illuminati conspiracy theory. It encompasses the satanic conspiracy theory. It just encompasses everything. You know what
Just
I'm
putting
saying?
everything together. Yeah.
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 So,
Absolutely. Yeah.
and the fact that like they're deleting communication about it, you know what I mean? And they're trying to censor communication about it. Come on now. Like I saw this video of Obama saying that aliens are real, but underground bases in Area 51 aren't real. Underground bases in Area 51 confirmed, bro. Like everything you say,
Yeah.
like I'm gonna think the opposite is true now. You know what I mean?
Yep.
right. Yeah, and we're sitting here, and who the fuck knows what's gonna happen next? I mean, it's there. What we got to.
I'll tell you
We
what's
got.
gonna happen next, bro. Because
Oh
in
shit!
Hawaii, we also spoke about this. Larry Ellison's just gonna buy up fucking America, dog. Like
Wonderful.
he owns 90% apparently of Lanai in Hawaii. Like
I feel
I
like
was
that's
talking
what
Oh,
all of them, all they're doing.
that's
Is it
one
like Bill
island.
Gates doing that?
He literally owns an island in Hawaii, which is fucking like crazy to think about. And I guess like only 8%, 92%, I believe. And I guess 8% uh the other 8%, I'm like, they're probably just fucking employees, bro. You know what I mean? Like, what elite would allow like some low class people, natives to live there? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
yeah.
And I brought up Larry Ellison because at TikTok, he bought out TikTok, but he's buying out this island too. So I mean, it's funny because this is what I mentioned. Like TikTok was huge because apparently the hashtag Free Palestine movement was really thriving over there, and it wasn't really in the clutches of the Zionist censorship. You know, I think primarily because it's based in China and it doesn't give a fuck about American policy really like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um, but like I honestly feel that narrative spilled out to Instagram because Instagram is wild now, bro. I don't know if you guys been on Reels lately.
It's hard
It
for me to
almost
get on
seems
anymore.
it's almost crazier than TikTok now.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
Specifically the Agartha memes. If you guys know the Agartha memes or look up Agartha memes on Instagram Reel, you guys know what I'm talking about. But they bought out TikTok. They're gonna control the narrative. Apparently, like Epstein was blocked in chats and
Mhm.
in content at all on TikTok. I'm finding out personally. This is my personal experience that you're I don't know if you're accidentally or you're automatically favoriting posts that you'd never seen before, you know, and you're following people that you've never like the White House. All of a sudden, I followed. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I had to
Yeah,
audit and go through
my
that
page is
shit.
like that too. Me
I
too.
had to
Yeah.
block
Every
them,
now and
dog.
then I go through that and I'm like, when did I follow this fucking
Bro,
page?
that
Like,
changes your algorithm. You know what I'm
it
saying? Like for
does.
real.
It does, yeah.
So I mean, Land of the Free, like one obviously, I think the main narrative lately
Freemasons.
by the Black Belt conspiracy theories is we're occupied. You know what I mean? So if they can't control the people, they'll just buy the land and be like, "You're on our land, so you got to play by our rules." I mean, that's kind of what
Yeah.
they're doing in Gaza without buying the land. They're just saying God gave it to us.
I mean, isn't that what Bill Gates is doing with all the farmland anyway? I mean,
There
he's
you
buying
go.
all that up.
Yeah.
And then like technically, since you buy it through a business, businesses are private and you really can't do anything about the actual person who owns it. So that's why they're doing it, is because if they buy it through a business, it's private. And now it's like, oh, who do I sue?
Hmm.
You know, you really have to go through that whole business entity to sue that. And normal people like you and me aren't don't have the money to do that or the willingness to go through all of that, even if we did have the money. You know,
Bro,
it's like he owns fucking what 70% of the farmland in the United States or some shit like that, and still buying more.
yo,
And
and then
it's
just
And
to
like
build on
now
top of that, like the
the
livestock and the quality of food is definitely going down. You know what I
trash.
mean?
Oh my
yeah,
god, yeah,
There's that whole
yeah, bro.
egg, scandal with Vital Farms.
what's
Uh,
that?
I guess
What's
they're
that?
testing high in soy when they're supposed to be free range chickens.
Well, you know what
Mm.
free range chickens mean, dude. Like that fucking Super Size Me Too, man. If you've ever seen that movie, dude, like that shit fucking was crazy. Talking about chickens and stuff. Like
Hmm.
free range just means they fucking like open the barn door, man. But like none of them end up going out. They're all just so used to it. It's like the 15-minute city. It's like if you have everything right there,
Yeah,
like you're just gonna like, why am I gonna go outside? I can just fucking stay right here. And so like free range just and it doesn't have to be that big either. And there's still a
yeah,
shit
it
ton of
doesn't.
chickens in
Yeah,
there.
Yeah,
And
and like
apparently
not for
also
nothing.
also
Oh,
it
go ahead, bro.
the limit that they're allowed to be quote unquote free range isn't even
Mm,
specified. So they could just
Mhm.
take them out on a
exactly.
walk for a minute and be like, "Oh, they're
For
free
10
range,
minutes.
dog."
Yeah,
yeah,
exactly. But not for nothing. Like I got a couple buddies who own chickens, and I'm thinking about grabbing some, bro, because like if you have ever eaten eggs from chicken that someone actually owns, oh my god, they're
yeah,
so fucking good and they're so eggy and they're so thick, bro. Like no, like pause, but they're so good. You know what I mean? Because they're real. They're really out there in the wild and in in life and nature. And I'm really thinking about buying me like 4 or 5 chickens, bro, and just put them in the backyard.
100%
they're fun,
'Cause
should.
man.
Yeah.
They're, yeah,
they produce eggs almost every fucking day, and to the point where you give eggs away because you have so many.
dude. Yeah, I had 8 chickens, and I got 2 chickens that were chicks, and I didn't know that they were chickens. I didn't know they were roosters. I found out
Roosters.
once they started crowing, and then I was like, "Oh, these ones aren't going to give eggs, dude." And there were 2 of these silkies. They were white, and they look like little cotton balls. And
Huh.
They look nice
yeah,
though, man. They
yeah,
do. They're
but
badass.
they were pretty dumb, but they were the just really sweet and nice fucking
That's
chicken.
where you get chicken head from, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but they
exactly.
protect the chickens. You know what I mean? They
Yep,
protect their bitches.
and they
So that's
totally
good.
did. It was
You could
cool,
buy you
man.
could buy a chicken for like $2 or $3, dude. Like at
Yeah,
fucking what Tractor Supply.
yeah,
Yeah, it's
yeah, and
dumb cheap to take care of them too. You know.
it's pretty cheap. Yeah, and then rabbits are good if you want meat, but I don't know if I can go that way,
Mm.
that whole way,
Yeah, I'm not really.
because
Yeah.
yeah, I don't want to fucking I don't know. I don't think I could kill them. Do
Yeah,
you
I'm not
guys
down with
think?
that.
Yeah, it would be
I'm not
fucking
down
just
with
skin
like
them
just
and
raising a
fucking
whole
Hey,
chicken. I mean,
you know what I
I,
was thinking? You know, I was
rabbit.
thinking
I'm
yeah.
about
not down with
recently a
that.
little
Yeah.
thought experiment. Now that we're talking about this, it's funny that our main livestocks are chicken, cows, and fish, right?
Yep.
And
Yep.
it's like, yeah, why don't we eat deer? Why don't we eat
Pig.
rabbits,
Yeah.
squirrels, and
Yeah.
shit? A lot more
Mhm.
pork, right? Um, I think this is a personal theory. I think it's basically because of the people that are ruling us. You know, if you look into chicken is where their sins are casted.
Oh
Yep.
yeah, you can fuck yeah.
Yeah, the
Then
Jews kill them and
that's
wring their neck and pray on them and shit like that.
You
There's
dig? And
also
it
dude.
there's also a theory too. Have you guys ever watched the movie Christspiracy?
No, I haven't seen that
Uh-uh.
one.
Dude, it's such a good movie. So it's pretty much based on them trying to figure out if killing animals was actually in the Bible and if Jesus actually ate animals.
Mm,
And these dudes go along like I think it's the United States, if I'm not mistaken, to these different farms, and they're asking all these people, how they kill their animals. nobody wanted these people on their farms, bro, to tell them anything, because the type of way that they were doing it was very inhumane, obviously. And
Mm-hmm.
it was hard for them to actually figure out, like, if, like, because obviously you got to think about it. If me, you, we're humans, right? We're living beings. Animals are also living beings. So if killing a living being is there's a energetic exchange for that, what does that mean in the spiritual realm? And then also, back when Jesus flipped the table, people were selling rabbits for sins, selling chicken for sins, selling sheep for sins, in exchange to say, oh yeah, if you buy this sheep, your sin will be forgiven for 2 years, or stuff like that. That's why he flipped the table. So they're trying to figure out if the actual act of killing these animals was purposeful, or if it's just something that people just did, just just to do it or something. Like, just watch the
Hmm.
movie, bro. It's a fucking
Interesting.
trip. It's a real trip. Yeah.
Yeah, I did hear he was pescatarian or vegetarian or some shit.
Yeah, I think that's what it was too. Pescatarian. He ate fish and vegetables. Yeah. But I don't think he killed any animal to eat it. I don't think we should have to. Honestly, I'm not trying to sound like a fucking vegan. Oh no, to kill an animal, because I fucking love chicken, dude. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
But there are times where if I'm getting ready for a fight or like that, I won't eat any meat. I'll just completely abstain from meat and just eat rice and all that other shit. But
Right.
and then mentally, I can feel the difference. You can literally feel the difference mentally and physically. And I do believe that there is some type of spiritual application to that.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
I
I mean, why else
was
would they put their sins in chickens and sell them to us?
I went vegan for a
I
year
mean,
because I watched a documentary about the farms and that shit fucking traumatized me and shit.
what
And
the
then
shit? Well,
after a year I went back into eating meat, but I was very very intentional with what animal I ate because
hmm
I felt like I would absorb some traits of whatever animal
no,
I
you're
ate
100%
type shit. You
right.
know what I mean?
You're
Like, so if I wanted to be quick, I would eat chicken, if I needed strength, I would eat a lot of steak and meat, type shit. So I do think there's some
you're
sort of
100% right.
energetic exchange. I mean, the natives would eat like I'm pretty sure the fishermen would eat the hearts of the first fish that they caught type shit, right? Like, isn't that like some sort of like initiation thing?
I have heard
Um,
about that too.
so I don't know. I do think there are belief systems as far as the indigenous people used to practice with absorbing certain animal powers type shit.
yeah.
Right.
I
Um,
was talking with my friend Sean about how that like every religion has some sort of sacrifice almost that
hmm
in one way or another. And I don't know, yeah, I mean, whether it's putting it into a chicken and fucking or whatever, man. But yeah, you can do that on a mass level. I mean, there's no reason that you can't do it, and then at least maybe the ancestors of it. So it'd still be in an animal's DNA, like through passed down genetically. And so I
I
don't know,
think
man.
that's
Yeah.
I think that's Thanksgiving, bro. The mass level
Yeah.
eating. Like
100%,
what?
dude.
Why a
100%.
turkey, dog? Those motherfuckers never ate a turkey. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy. I did this one fucking like deep dive on the turkey. Like the turkey is the only animal that gets pardoned by the president too. Doesn't
Oh
the
yeah.
president pardon a turkey
Yeah, you're
before
right.
One.
Thanksgiving type shit?
You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Maybe we should look into some turkey symbolism. I'm pretty sure it goes down to
Yeah.
some fucking perverted shit. You know what I'm saying?
Probably. Or some fucking satanic shit.
For real.
Yeah.
Like,
Hey,
what?
but
Why
just
else would it be a
building off what
turkey?
you were saying about the animals and the energy. One main thing I did take from that vegan journey that I was on was um even a surface level of that is just the stress, and the uncomfortability or uncomfortableness that these animals live through. Like
Yes.
that shit gets
Yes.
stored
Yes.
in their organs, their
Yeah.
muscles, their
In their
blood,
blood.
and that's what you're
Yep.
Yeah.
eating. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So
$100%.
you're on a good diet, but you feel depressed. Like it's probably
Yep.
because of the meat that you're eating. That's why I kind of opted for like wild gamey shit. You know what I
hmm
mean? Wild fish opposed
Deer.
to just like farm
Yeah.
fish and all that shit. Because
Yeah.
You're eating a prisoner, dog. Like that guy was living
Yeah.
to die.
And the thing about that movie too is they asked a lot of these people like, do you kill in a humane way? And they
Uh-huh.
did not want to answer these questions because there's a difference when you kill an animal humanely and inhumanely. Apparently, when you kill it inhumanely, you're killing it when it's scared, at its most scared and fearful in its state, and you're slitting its throat when its adrenaline is the highest, and that gets stored in its body, like you said, and then you
Yeah.
feed it to everyone in ShopRite, Walmart, rather than if you killed an animal. Well, matter of fact, Isaiah explained it. You know, that animal knows it's going to be killed. Its known is there to be sacrificed, and it's not fearful of its death because it knows. You know, and
Right, right,
it's
right.
and when you kill it, it's more calm and it's more docile, and to take that death. You know what I mean? And that makes a lot of sense.
That's fucking crazy, dog. An Like you know that you see that with humans too, when a human willingly sacrifices himself, you know what I mean?
Adrenochrome. Just put that. Just put it out there.
Yeah,
Adrenochrome.
I
I'm
was
just
about
gonna
to
say
bridge
it.
I was
Yeah.
about to bridge there,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? But just the fucking phenomena of an animal being like, dog, I'm fucking dinner, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
whatever. That's selfless as fuck. That's crazy, you know what I mean?
Yeah. 100%, man.
It's a woke animal right there.
Yeah,
But
but
yeah,
Man,
the
the
yeah, where's
implications
it
of like
go?
how on the bigger scale is just crazy. Just look at how much depression people deal with, anxiety people deal with, and I'm pretty sure I've read it right. We've eaten the most that we've ever eaten in human history now,
I
and
think
we,
it's
we deal
so
with the most mental stuff than we ever dealt with in human
s-
history.
since you brought up adrenochrome, I think it's so crazy that people will accept the the thing we just mentioned about animals, but not accept adrenochrome when they're pretty much one and the same.
Yeah, yeah,
Fucking nuts, bro. Okay, and
yeah.
so this actually will cross over to what you want to talk about, Rusty, which is Mall World. Um,
Oh, okay.
so
'Cause
Mall World to me kind of came from the idea of the back rooms, right? And the back rooms are like some sort of liminal space. I actually believe it's like a space in between time type shit. Maybe it's some sort of like interdimensional thing, but I came across this I forgot what I was researching, but I came across this idea that some people enter a different space when they're vibrating a different frequency. So what does that mean? Your emotional states could probably bring you in a different place. And this one specifically, since we're talking about adrenochrome, is trauma, right? When you're traumatic, apparently some people start hallucinating. Um, Shit gets distorted. And I honestly think maybe they enter some sort of fucking like upside down on some Stranger Things shit. You know what I mean?
yeah,
And what's funny about that, and what kind of gives that credence, is the fact that there are people mapping out these interdimensional spaces. Like they have people on continuous IVs on DMT like coming back and be like, "What did you see, dog? Oh, I saw this over there." And like real fucking cartographers would try to fucking map that shit out.
What the
So I mean,
fuck?
like they're really trying to like physicalize this interdimensional space that they think is a real thing. And I think the mall world is a sort of template or stencil of that, but in the real world. You know what I mean? Like they brought that architecture from a different space and made it like a traditional architecture of the mall. You know what I mean? I think that way about office spaces. I think that way maybe about storage units. You know what I mean? Um, in the movie online, um, the guy kind of slips through the ground and enters like this liminal space, and it seems more like inner Earth. You know what I mean? But lately, I researched Small World, and it looks like like it's really connected with the GATE program, right?
right.
So
Yeah.
that made me think of all the fucking psychic studies that they did with Pat Price and Ingo Swan and all the fucking like um remote viewing shit. they might have been trying to remote view, and then they took some of that data and they're like, hey, let's just make malls here and make money out of this idea type shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I
Uh,
mean, may as well make it a mall, man. Fucking,
right.
if it was, yeah, probably in that era too, when malls were big.
So I don't know. The adrenochrome thing, I think so. Apparently, adrenochrome is a real psychedelic. You know what I mean? And it's crazy because it's a psychedelic derived from a human. You know,
In the body, yeah.
um,
I mean,
uh,
DMT is too, though.
yeah, DMT is too. Yeah, and DMT is everywhere. So one, you could get high off people, which is crazy. You know what I mean? Two,
Which is well,
it's,
and
so you're
apparently
never
they taste good as well.
you're never dry, bro. You're always holding, and then the second one is, are they? I don't think one, they're just consuming this to like as far as like a nutritional thing or like you know life maintaining thing to kind of upkeep their health or upkeep their aesthetic looks, but it might be like something they take to cross the other side and get visions or direction from like whatever fucking thing they come across over there type shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah,
kind of gives
and
it like a back door or a window to look at what's going on.
Right. To consult with Ball or whatever the fuck they're talking
Yeah,
to
or
over
Moloch or some
there.
shit. Yeah.
So I
What you
don't
say,
know.
Rusty?
oh, fuck, I don't remember on that part.
I
That's
thought he was
long
gonna
gone.
say something.
Oh, I'll say something. Did you know that Ball was actually a bank account name of Jeffrey Epstein's, one of the bank
Yep,
accounts that he
I
had?
just read that. Yep.
Dude, what the
Yep.
fuck? Even
And
that,
did you
bro.
know? Did you know the two biggest chemicals that are sprayed are
Yeah,
on the periodic
Barium
barium,
and
table?
aluminum.
Barium and
barium and
aluminum.
aluminum,
Ball.
which makes Ball.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Yeah. It's
crazy
fucking
because
crazy.
so when someone broke down the bank account thing, they were like, oh, so if you look at money as currency, they're supplying this ball with currency, which is, you know what I mean? And however they make this currency, which is warfare usually, or like some fucking, blood money shit. It's
Hmm.
blood money sacrificed to ball if you look at it in a metaphoric way,
Yeah.
It's crazy.
So
Yeah, dude,
and it's
sacrifice.
continuous.
Why would the Russians do this, bro? Why would the Russians do this shit to us?
The Russians. So yeah, they're doing it to us.
The fucking
Damn
Chinese,
Chinese.
bro.
I now they're kind of on like a little, I guess, you know, political. I don't know. I did see that Venezuela donated oil for the first time. That was fucking
Yo,
wild.
right. I
Ever since
remember the
we fucking
Americans
went
were
over there and bullied them.
Americans were validating it like, oh, at least we got their oil. And I'm like, okay,
Like what?
that's been your play since 2001, so I'll give it to you. But
Yes,
then this
yes.
came out.
Yo,
Dog, we're
we're
the
on a
muscle,
rampage.
bro. We're literally the
We
muscle.
are.
We're the
Yeah,
bulldog. You know what I'm saying?
it's crazy. But my thing is like, what's going to happen in a world where eventually oil isn't the top gainer anymore? You know, like,
Uh,
and I don't know, maybe in near future or in a far distant future. What if oil isn't the main thing? Okay, like let's say what if electric vehicles do eventually take a big spike, and now all of a sudden everything works and everything is automated and everything works electronically. Oil's not going to be as needed as more, which makes the dollar go to nothing because that's the only thing that is making the dollar uh, uh has its worth, right? Like what's now what? You then force all of these peoples to give you oil, all these countries to give you their oil rigs and make them give you a certain amount of oil per year on top of the money that they also have to pay you to keep them in forever debt. It's like what's the end game? What's the play? Like is and then my other thing is oil the blood of the earth too?
Bro. Yeah,
Just like how we, back to the sacrificing thing, you give blood back, sacrifice, all that shit. Is oil the blood of the earth? So whoever has the most oil or blood sacrificing is in power. I don't know. I'll be thinking
I
fucking shit
agree with
all the
that.
time,
I
dude.
100% agree with that. And you know, it's funny. A lot of indigenous and Native American people are like, dude, you guys are there isn't a shortage of oil. Like the earth has
There's
fucking
not.
oil, bro.
Yeah,
So
because it's
like
the
that,
blood of it, and it makes
Yeah.
it. Like
right. So they're
your
not
body
even
literally makes blood all the time. Like
they're thinking the same thing as you. Like, why are they so oil hungry? And their understanding is because of our infrastructure and our technology to fuel it. But I would say that the most obvious resources after oil, if oil becomes um
obsolete.
obsolete, is precious metals, you know, because that's
Like what?
literally are all our charging
The
batteries,
cobalt,
cobalt, all that
Cobalt,
shit.
lithium.
If we do go
lithium.
electric, you know. But what I'm thinking is,
But
are
that's
we
finite, isn't it?
Uh,
I
yeah.
think in the places that we're allowed to mine, you know, if we go to Africa and make it the United States of Africa, I'm pretty sure we can find some shit over there. But I think it would still be finite. Um, I don't know. There might be a lot of shit in Antarctica, honestly. Um, but my thing is, do you think it's
Oh man.
oil, or do you think oil is just kind of like a reason we could tell the mass for them to be like, oh, okay, they're there for oil
No,
and it
I
makes
think
sense
it's
type shit.
oil because the reason being is because the medical system runs on petroleum fucking medicine.
The
And then also
Rockefeller
every
medical system.
car runs on oil and gas and stuff like that. I really do think it's actually that. Like even amongst all of the lies and everything that we hear, I do believe there are small bits of truth that you have to literally pay attention to and just magnify. And I do believe that the oil is something that, gas, your house is powered by gas. You know what I mean? Not every house is powered by electric. You know,
hmm
I, we have a house that's powered by damn near everything is electric, but most people don't. You pay a gas bill. So I do think that yeah, it's real. The oil is definitely something that they know that they have to control. Money is backed by it. And that's the only thing it's backed by, other than faith. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
Than me telling you this dollar does actually have value. Other than that, it's oil.
Yeah, I think I saw this ancient like painting of Earth, and is it Sheol, which
Yeah,
is
Sheol.
oil? There you go. It's
Yeah.
like literally underneath the waters. That's why you have these oil rigs where they're
Hmm.
fucking, you know,
They got to
pumping
dig
from
so
underneath the
far. Yeah.
water. So as far as like it is the blood of the earth, I think it's right here. Wait.
Isn't Sheol like the hell of like the
So
yeah, yep.
that type of, I mean, it could look like hell because it's black and shit, but if you know it's oil, then it's like, oh shit, that's where the good stuff is. Type, you know what I mean?
Right, yeah.
So I don't know, man. It's crazy. Are they dumbing down these oil wars? That's also something to consider. You know?
But I mean, they're also telling us the war. They've been telling us the war is for one thing, and it's
Oh,
not.
yo.
So
So now get
let's go
this.
get our freedom
What
from
about this?
Iran. Like,
What if the same thing they do to the animals and they do to the kids, where they rile them up and then they take the oil when they're riled up? What if that makes the oil crazier
yo,
type shit? You know what I mean?
it probably changes the chemistry of the place that they're at. Like riling up the citizens in certain countries.
Maybe that's why
To
they like they project the news in such a negative vibe. You know what I mean? To already have us vibrating in a negative level.
never thought
I don't know.
about it
I
like
just
that.
think it'd be so crazy to gather oil while there's an earthquake or a storm going on. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
what kind of oil you be getting,
yeah.
dog? That shit's supercharged.
Just pure, yeah, it's purified. It's like, yeah. Yeah, that's a good way to put it too.
That'd be
I feel like
interesting.
everything is parallels with the spiritual reality in some type of way, and that does make a lot of sense when you put it that way.
Yeah, some as above, so below shit right there.
Right. Yeah.
That's
People
nuts,
drinking
man.
oil, supercharged oil.
hmm
Yeah.
What's also crazy is apparently it just came out that Ghislaine Maxwell is super obsessed with Atlantis, and she's like obsessed with just voyaging and exploring the water. You know,
Really.
she's I guess she has her license in license for driving submarines, so she's um no amateur when it comes to underwater. And there was a picture that came out in the Epstein files of that little underwater hatch. You know, um, I actually went crazy and connected the two to that conspiracy theory where mermaids are getting eaten by the elites, you know? Because that would explain
Right.
some of this cannibalism shit. What if they're not eating humans? What if they're eating mermaids and they don't want to disclose that part? You know what I'm saying? I'm just thinking way crazy right now. I'm not saying that this is really built on anything, but shit, what if she was taking those submarines to like look for oil or look for like, you know what I mean? Because oil is in the deep inner earth
Mm-hmm.
spaces, you know what I mean? I watched this documentary saying that the Venezuela thing and the Gulf of Mexico thing was connected to fucking mermaids, you know what I'm saying? And it's funny because before the invasion of Venezuela, there was a lot of oil rigs that were burning around Venezuela. Um,
Damn.
th-
Really.
the reason I connected to is because if you're fucking with the heart of the earth, which is underwater, then I'm sure that the intelligent marine animals are gonna be like, yo, what the fuck are you doing, dog? You know what I'm
Absolutely.
saying?
Yeah. 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 100%. Yeah.
Whether those are the mermaids, I mean, even before the invasion of Venezuela, I think for a while there was a bunch of like marine animals just kind of beaching up, right? Like marine animals that weren't supposed to be beaching up, like huge whales and shit. Like
Damn.
I watched this documentary on supersonic weapons that they would test underwater. I thought that that was that, but now this conversation is making me think it's, you know, they're casualties of this oil fucking mission that they're trying to get. You know what I mean?
And because don't they use sonar to go and try to find the spots?
Yep.
Yeah.
Try to find where the oil is, and then it's got to fuck with the whales and anything else is picking up frequencies. But I saw this
Yeah.
one video a while ago, like where most of the animals, if you just change the frequency, it sounds like another animal. Like if you change the frequency to make it lower, it's the same like frequency and sound, but just at a lower octave.
That's
Uh,
crazy.
yeah,
Mm.
I don't remember what animals they were, which is great. I'm just telling you that without explaining it at all. Uh, but
Well,
yeah,
we're
I mean
all kind of
that's
just, just putting our thoughts out there,
I
bro.
think I saw the creator Base Forge. I think he like put the sound waves of each animal sound, and he like had AI analyze them, and I think there were similarities. And like I think the AI program were kind of morphing some sound waves to sound like other animals, and they were saying like, oh, it doesn't take much to turn this sound into this sound. So I think he was alluding to that animals might have a common language, it's just different pitches and different accents, quote unquote, that they're speaking with. Fucking
yeah. I mean,
crazy.
a lot of that shit's got to get fucked up. The towers, where was I? I was somewhere recently where it was it looked like a big fucking tree. Like those it's still so weird that they look like they try to make them look like a tree, like the 5G towers.
Yeah, dude.
It's like, what the fuck is this, man? Like, what is this thing? And it's like, oh no, it's a 5G tower. And I mean, frequencies are fucking crazy, man. It doesn't take much and it's hard to detect. And
hmm
it's on a
Yeah.
subconscious level that we're picking it up. And I mean, if that's us, and I don't know if we're more or less in tune with that than other species, but
I think we've been
Yeah.
conditioned, bro. I don't think it's hard to detect because I know you guys hear ringing sometimes in your ears or
All
in
the
your brain.
time, bro. All the
When you
time.
guys get that, that shit is hard to ignore. You know what I
It
mean?
is. I did
Um,
see something where it's like every time a big pandemic or a big uh something like that type happened, there was always a new um type of tower, 5G, 2G, 3G, something that followed, or I
Oh,
mean that came before it, or something like that.
Oh, it's just like a
I did
side
see
effect
something
of
like that.
bringing that tower up type shit.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah,
Damn, what the fuck?
Let me see if I can
yeah,
find it.
yeah. I think
That's
it even goes
interesting.
back further than that. I think it was other stuff too, like with. I want to say it was something with like the Spanish flu or something like when that came out. I forgot what it was that had just been put up. It wasn't like a cell phone
Yeah, it
tower.
was. Yeah, it was a bunch of different flus and shit like that. Yeah.
It's
So yeah, I
wild,
don't know
bro.
if that's our bodies getting conditioned to it. Trying to
Well,
up the
how about
dosage.
this? 2020 in 2020, one of the conspiracy theories that were going around is that they're going to put the mRNA vaccine in the animals. I heard that
And they
they're
did.
also going to put it in wild animals. So even the hunters thinking that they're bypassing the system by hunting, they're also getting a microdose of it too.
Yeah,
Um,
no one's
shit.
bypassed it, dude.
Yeah. So you
Every
think we're all
single person
mRNA'd
has it.
up already? Like,
Everyone, everyone, dude.
damn.
They're getting you somewhere. Uh, you know, I don't know. It's somewhere. There's no way there's people that are walking around right now that don't have the vaccine. I I
I'd
would
like
be
to think
shocked.
that those variables also make you less sensitive to these frequency shifts. You know what I mean?
Yeah, here it is.
I think so
So
too.
All right. Let's see if you can see this.
a little to your right. There you go. 5G launched COVID-19 2019. 4G launched H1. Oh shit. 3G. Oh shit. 2G
Wild,
launched
bro.
cholera in 1991. 1G launched influenza in 1979. The introduction of radio waves caused the Spanish flu in 1918.
And
Hey, if you look at
Fucking
fucking
wild.
the chemtrails and the shitty, stupid, fake clouds, like whenever they have waves in a pattern like that, those are like radio waves, sound waves, or some sort of waves for it to cause that pattern. You know what I mean? So
Mm.
that theory isn't really that far fetched.
I mean, it kind of goes with. I feel like some of the stuff where I first started getting on the Cave podcast, where we used to talk about frequencies with music and sound vibrations with sand and stuff like that.
Uh huh.
That shit changes the biological chemical of your body, bro. It really does. It changes the way your brain functions. It changes the way your blood flows. It changes all of that shit, and to do it on a massive scale like 3G, 4G, or 5G, that's affecting everybody. And then of course when radio waves came out, of course that had to have some type of fucking uh, back end to it, so frequency and waves are definitely something that affect the body whether you want it to or not, you know I do
Yeah.
believe that.
yeah,
And to build off that too, if anyone can recall the pandemic, we went on lockdown. It wasn't really anything. People started noticing the roads were empty. They
Hmm.
enjoyed it. They drove it, and then they noticed a lot of construction was going on, putting up these 5G towers.
Exactly,
And then a lot
exactly.
of people got sick.
Yup, yup,
There
yup.
wasn't a wave until,
Until
I'd
they
say the
started
second
yep.
quarter of it. You know what I mean? Second,
Because
third
I remember
quarter of
people
it.
going out saying, "Well, if people are off of work and people aren't supposed to be on the roads, why are they working on the towers? Why are they
Right.
doing this? Why are they doing that? Like, why are they putting them do?" I remember that. And there was
And
a
then I think
tower.
they said the
There's a tower
wave
built near
was
my house that was never fucking there.
I think they
Like,
said the wave was from people being out. They're like, "Oh, you went out, you got it. You
yeah,
shouldn't have
yeah,
gone
yeah,
out."
no, yeah, fuck no, bitch. Like, hell no. Well, you should have went outside. That's what you
Yeah,
get.
for real,
No,
right?
bitch.
Yeah, that's
They're
crazy. Like,
fucking con artists.
I feel like if you didn't get sick during that, all you remember are like the pop culture shit, and fucking lockdown. You don't
Yeah.
really remember those details of like, oh yeah, they were putting up a lot of 5G towers around that time.
Yeah, I
Um,
remember because I still
so
had to go
this,
to fucking work.
yeah.
Oh, sh
I was
yeah.
I worked in the medical field, so I was frontline, and I remember when we were locked down, I'm like, dude, this is nice. Like nobody's at the hospital. You know what I mean? Like it's actually
Dude, I worked in a fucking
pretty
glass
chill.
factory.
Oh
Like,
Yeah.
shit.
why the fuck was glass essential? I don't know why, but it was.
Oh, and I'll tell you this: everyone who still smoked weed and picked up from trap shops during the pandemic, you guys did the research. We all took dabs from that same fucking piece. None of us got sick, boy. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah, exactly.
That data
Not never
needs to
got a
be
fucking
studied, bro.
shot. None of that shit. Yeah. But now they're changing the weed too, though. Like, and I was just talking to my cousin about this. I don't believe that anything that the government. I believe that anything that the government gives us for free has to have something in it, bro. Has to. Because why else would they be popping up all these new smoke shops and now they want to make everything legal and oh they're trying to make everybody smoke weed now and then even Pepsi is looking into having infused weed now. It's like I don't anything the government is giving us, bro, has to have some bullshit in it. Like, and I
Yeah,
I
yeah.
completely stopped going to dispensaries. I used to love going to dispensaries, especially out in Cali and Vegas. I used to love going out there to dispensaries. Now, nope. I don't fucking. I only smoke when I can. You know. I mean, you guys know my situation, but I ain't gonna broadcast that. But I'm not really down with the dispensaries. The pens, fuck no, I don't smoke the
Fuck
bitches
that.
no more. Hell
Uh-huh.
no, dude. No. And then it's kind of the segue into what I was telling you, Joe Reezy. They're finding a lot of these pop up houses where Chinese people literally have whole houses that they're growing weed and spraying them with destructive as pesticides. And we don't know where this weed is going. It could be going to dispensaries. It could be going to, the black market. A lot of the stuff is coming from those pens and stuff like that. And then I do eventually believe that they're going to start finding weed that has bad side effects and eventually weed that is killing people because of these shops that they're finding. They found over 2,000 houses like this within the past 2 years, and of undocumented immigrants that's coming from China growing this weed, and they're trying to kill us, bro. Like,
That's so
and
crazy, dog.
it's
So I
wild.
only I only go to like trap shops, you know. So trap shops are the low key dispensaries that won't tax you because they still kind of give you the street price, and usually they have mushrooms, they have like other shit.
Nice.
You know what I mean? And I noticed, bro, like there would be like super duper Asians in there, like grandma Asians, and I'd be like,
See what I
"The fuck?
mean?
Like you smoke weed?" I usually don't see this population of customers unless I'm in a legal dispensary where it's a little safer. You know what I mean? And you see the grandparents are like, "Oh, what's sativa? What's indica?" You know what I mean? And they give them the rundown type of shit. But she's like over here, like picking up like the OGs, like some shit. I'm like, damn, this bitch is about to get fucking blitz, dog. What the fuck? You know? I'm like, is she picking this up to smoke or is she picking this up to research? You know what I mean? Probably picking it up to research now that I'm
Research,
thinking
yeah,
about it, dude.
to
Holy
see how much
fuck.
of the chemical is actually in it that they put in it. Like, okay, is this amount of level, or how much more can I put of this in it? To make sure that nobody gets too sick, but they keep coming back. And then
Uh-huh.
also, I think that weed is becoming more addictive too. It's to the point now where some people can't go days without weed. Like, I fast from weed too, and I think it's very important to fast from everything at a certain point in time because you need to understand that who controls this brain up here,
Yeah.
and then I really do think that they're trying to make people crazy addicted to weed because, bro, there's no reason. I've been smoking since I was 13, bro. 13. There is no fucking reason that I eat an edible about the size of a fucking quarter and I eat a fourth of that and I am fucking fucked up for 12 hours. There's no fucking reason. There's no reason. Like they're putting some shit in this that's other than THC, bro. It has to be, bro. They're too strong. It's way too strong out there. They're trying to make people
Yeah.
meth heads or dope heads. Like,
I had an edible not too long ago where like right after I ate it, my fucking mouth was numb. I'm like, what the
see?
fuck is this
Yeah,
shit, bro?
yeah.
Yeah, man.
I
Something else
only
is
eat
in
them at
that
the
shit,
water
dude.
park or going on airplanes. That's it, dude. I won't do it
I'm
anywhere
just
else, dude.
kidding,
I get
bro.
fucked up. I get really fucked up. I don't. It's
Just
too
putting
much.
something in them, bro. Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's
it's
no
too much,
reason, bro.
bro.
I've been smoking since I was a kid. No reason. I should be that fucked up. None.
That's crazy. Yeah, the thing about the weed too is one thing I complained about the most when weed was legalized was the price of it. You know, they're selling eighths for like $60, and it's like
Holy
60
shit.
bucks.
literally 3.5 on the dot, bro. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, usually when it comes to manufacturing, China has it the cheapest, you know. So maybe they're trying to get their skin in the game in this market as well by providing cheaper weed, but adding some sort of MSG, you dig? Some sort
Yeah,
of
for
secret
real.
sauce.
And a lot of these shops aren't passing their cleanliness tests either. Like there's a couple down here in Jersey that haven't passed their I forget what exactly it's called, but it's a test where they got to see how clean the weed is or some shit like that. I forget the exact term, but they're not passing it, bro, because they're selling people weed that's old, that's molded, that's been past its date and stuff like that. And I don't know. I just don't trust disposed, bro. I just don't trust
Bro,
them no more.
you heard it here first, but the first marijuana death is coming, bro, and
It
it's
is.
going to be because
Yeah,
of
Yeah.
this.
Yep.
it
Um,
is.
because it's new and because there are no deaths in marijuana, people are pretty lax on the regulation of it. You know what I mean? To the point where they are kind of introducing these chemicals that probably shouldn't be introduced, and this will cascade and chain react into the first death.
Mhm.
Um,
And
and I heard that a lot of the alcohol companies are
Oh, they're
rallying.
pissed. They're pissed.
They're yeah, they're rallying against marijuana. So any kind of propaganda, you know, they're also propagandizing that marijuana makes you crazy and psychotic. So
Yeah,
yeah, you better watch out for that. You know what I mean? So there's definitely a
yeah.
propaganda war going on between alcohol and marijuana. But you know, when there's propaganda war, there's also some fucking like, oh, he slipped the shit into that batch. You know what I mean? And then we can make a
Yep.
headline about that type of shit. So
yeah.
Yeah, I was
And
reading
there's
that. Go ahead, Rusty.
so I was gonna say, so I mean there's once the cigarette stuff started going, then it went to all those cigarette lobbyists went to the food, and it's going to
mhm.
be, I think, the
Hmm.
same thing with alcohol. Once alcohol starts going, all those lobbyists are going to go to the weed, and then they're going to start fucking doing all the same shit, putting all the. I mean, they're already doing it, putting all the shitty stuff into our weed, and making it so we come back, making us fucking get shitty. But yeah, go
Yeah,
ahead.
I was reading fucking that most of I don't know what percentage, but most of the alcohol companies right now are sitting on what they classified as a lake of liquor because they can't sell it fast enough because people aren't drinking as much as they used to. People are going to weed. So you just think about that. A multi-billion-dollar industry is slowly going down, going down. They're going to eventually do something about that shit, bro. They're not going to let that shit happen, and
Yeah.
that's why they're having so much of a problem trying to classify weed as a Schedule 3 drug because technically weed is still in the classification as like heroin and shit like that or something. Like technically, but they're
Uh-huh.
trying to reclassify it, but they don't want them to reclassify it as a medical thing because then people will be like, oh well, yeah, it's helping me with this and that and this and that. I don't need to fucking drink no more. And the liquor stores are going to start suffering, which they already are. And that's going to, like Rusty said, that's going to start making them be like, hey, maybe throw this in a little bit of weed or something. I mean, they're kind of already putting they're mixing you ever guys ever heard of cantrip?
No, I haven't heard of
No.
that.
What the fuck? I tried this shit and bro, it had me so fucked up. It's weed alcohol,
Oh
bro.
no.
It's yo, I think my phone
Whoa.
still has one in the fucking in here. Hold on. It's called cantrip, and they make them now. They make all kind of ones now. Yeah, here we go. This one's a 5 milligram one. Let's see if I can get it. Here we go.
Yo,
Whoa.
I just googled cantrip and it says a cantrip is fundamentally a minor simple magic spell or sharp,
What?
originating from Scottish folklore.
Wow. See, and you
Whoa.
see already with the fucking occultic shit.
That's crazy.
But those motherfuckers are strong as hell, bro. They're so fucking strong. So they're already kind of trying to get their foot in the door with, okay, well, we
That's
know that
funny,
movie's
dog.
going this way. Let's try
Yeah.
to, get in on the wave, But that's crazy. I didn't read that.
Do you buy that
THC
at the
beer.
grocery
THC
store,
beer.
or is that like at a dispensary thing, or like
No,
where do you
that's
buy that, or liquor store?
well, the can trips, they stopped selling those ones, but they got different ones now. They're right at the liquor store.
Oh shit. Okay.
Wow. That's
Yep.
crazy. Yeah,
Wow.
no, and they want it to stay like this. I think Pam Bondi, whether or not she's fucking overwhelmed and flustered by the Epstein files, but she missed a date in order to loosen up the regulations behind marijuana, I think MDMA and other drugs in order to maybe loosen them up and bring them down to schedule. So since she missed that, things are going to be stuck the way they are, and no further research is going to be done. Pretty much keeping things at stalemate, keeping things the way they are. And dude, I think the pandemic obviously shifted the power scale between marijuana and alcohol. Alcohol is a majority a social thing. No one was going out, you know what I mean?
Yep.
Motherfuckers were more likely to just fucking smoke weed and then meet with somebody on Fortnite or Call of Duty, you know what I'm saying? Or
You're
like
100% right.
as far as the movies go, motherfuckers would rather like watch a movie high as fuck than
Pass
drink.
out drunk.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pass out drunk. Be like, what the
Yeah.
fuck were you watching? And I think that's a reflection of why they started introducing alcohol to the movie theaters. I don't know about you guys, but
Oh yeah.
in our theaters, they serve alcohol now, which I think is fucking annoying because it makes the not
don't
funny
serve it
parts a
here.
little funnier to the drunk people, and it's like, dude, that's just not funny. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
They don't
no,
do that shit here.
they're definitely trying. I think the people's habits have shifted into a more homebody, people are more judgmental of other people, and you're seeing that politically, to the point where like I'd rather stay home than mingle with a Democrat or a Republican type
Right.
shit.
Yeah.
There's a lot of
You're
that.
right.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
everyone's being a hermit, and that's causing a distrust, and that's causing an illusion that there aren't that many of us, and that we have to fall in line and listen to the authority, or else they'll take your kids and eat her blood.
Probably.
But the pandemic definitely shifted people's perspective on like togetherness. Because like you said, clubs were closed, bars were closed, and really it was do you want to just go to the liquor store, get a bottle and drink home alone, or just roll the fuck up and chill?
Right.
Most people are just rolled up and fucking chilled. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? And even still, there were still people, getting together, smoking together. There wasn't a lot of people getting together, drinking together because, what are you gonna do? Oh, everybody's drunk at my house. No, like, and
Dog, and what do you think
gathering
the
was limited.
conversation was like after that smoke session? It was probably like, dude,
Right?
we're in a
Yeah.
pandemic and I just hit a
Yeah.
blunt. We're not sick though. What happened, dude?
Yes. People really started waking the fuck up like, yo, this is some bullshit. Like,
Hey yo, and 2020 is when a ton of conspiracy theory content creators started like bursting out the scene, Granted, 50 or 60% of them are all fucking grifter psyops, you know what I mean? But definitely 40-30% started putting it together then,
Yeah, a lot of people really started waking up during the pandemic.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, even the pandemic shit was in the Epstein files, dog.
I haven't really even given it no time, honestly. I can't even sit here and say I read them or looked them over. I haven't, because again, dude, I'm already conspiracy theorist. All the shit that I
Right.
already know is already in it, so it's like it's just gonna be like me reading my brain all over again. Like,
Right.
Do I want a pat on my back?
Yeah, like
Yeah, like, oh shit, I was right. Fuck, dude. Like, this is really, really
Right.
fucked up.
At what cost? Am I right?
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
kids. Yippee for me. Like,
Yeah.
oh,
Oh,
great.
shit.
I'll tell you something surprising that I saw in there because a lot of shit was coming out and I'm just kind of bookmarking them. But the crazy things, I'm like, what the fuck? Like they actually disclose that. But one of the funny things that they disclose is one, Jeffrey Epstein got booted and banned on Xbox for fucking like
I
I
heard
guess he
about
was talking some shit over there.
I
But
heard
On
about
apparently
Fortnite?
he was responsible for implementing microtransactions into Call of Duty. So why you had to buy skins, why you had to buy certain emotes and shit was because of him. And he said that it's to one get information from parents because these kids aren't making money. These kids are entering credit card information from their parents.
That's true.
And the other one is that he wanted to kind of integrate the kids into the economics aspect of microtransaction.
How to buy and sell and shit.
Yeah. And then the fucking first Call of Duty what's it called? Currency was called CP.
Jesus Christ.
Call of Duty
Uh,
points,
right,
bro.
right.
not child porn.
Oh, get out of here.
Oh, and then the crazier thing is that they found his Fortnite account, and I guess it was active after he had been pronounced dead. And so, everyone started looking his shit up, and they're like, "Yo, that shit was active 5 minutes ago." And then it got so big that Fortnite had to put out a statement saying, "Hey, this account is fake. Somebody just changed your account name to match this one, just to kind of take advantage of the hype and the popularity of the name." But that message, that official statement by Fortnite was community noted, saying that no, you can't just change your name on this certain website because it locks you with your original name. And then
Yeah.
when they checked back on that account was active like right then and there. The motherfucker was
Yeah.
playing Fortnite while the world was talking about him, dude. This guy
Yo,
does
that
not
is
give a
fucking
fuck. I don't think this guy is
crazy.
worried about getting caught if he's playing Fortnite right now.
Fuck no.
We're living in a crazy world, bro.
We
People
are,
would be
man.
taking videos with him if they saw him. People would be taking videos with him. I can guarantee it, man. Like wanting to get a selfie or some shit.
So,
Like-
dog, so this is my point why I bring this all up. I think we're getting to the point where they're gonna keep flushing the media with just Jeffrey Epstein stuff, and the casuals are gonna see Jeffrey Epstein like some sort of fucking celebrity, dog. You know what I mean? He's gonna be known just like Charlie Kirk is known for the memes. Nobody remembers what Charlie Kirk says anymore. All they
That's
know are
true.
the memes now. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna happen with Jeffrey Epstein. They're not even gonna know about the atrocities that he's done, and he's just gonna be like, "Oh, dude, look at this meme of this guy." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's
And-
gonna be a Jeffrey Epstein coin
Yeah, I
with
think.
his fucking face on it or some shit.
And sadly, it's gonna sell because they're like the other side of the pandemic is. I think people have distrusted the media so much that they're just fucking like AWOL and they just think the craziest shit. You know what I'm saying? Because they're like, what else could be crazier? Like this,
Yeah.
this could be true. This could be true too.
Like anything goes now.
Pretty
Yeah.
much, yeah. If
Like,
Jeffrey
most people
Epstein
really
can do this
thought-
shit, why can't
Like
why
most
can I
people
do
really
this
thought, like,
shit?
oh, the government would never do that. The government would never do that. Like, and then they turned around and said, "Oh yeah, we did it." So it's like, okay, if I could do that, then what else is possible?
Yeah. Like right now, they're giving out evidence and they're like, I didn't do that. That's just not true. and
Yeah.
everyone's okay with it because it was the Super Bowl.
What the fuck? Yeah, I still don't understand this world, bro. Like, you can literally give people all of the information, and then in the same breath, give them something to be entertained about, and then they'll go with all the entertainment type shit, like,
Mhm.
because all that stuff came out at the same time as the Super Bowl. And
Dog, I was in the airport when all that shit was coming out, and I'm looking around like, dude, either nobody cares or they think it's all bullshit. You know what I mean?
yeah,
I talked to a friend that we used to be into conspiracy theories, and I'm like, dude, like all this shit's coming out, and it's not even like just the surface level shit. Like some deep shit is going on. You know, I think when they reveal Goyim, like you're getting to like some shit that you shouldn't be revealing. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah, absolutely.
So
They
when that
literally
shit is
admitted,
coming
bro.
out,
Like,
it's like, oh fuck, you're bringing out the big guns, dog. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
Yeah,
they
that's
admitted
one.
all you motherfuckers ain't shit. Like,
Yeah,
like, damn, okay.
Yeah.
That buddy's doing real quick. Like, what the fuck?
Let's
Like,
release the cure for cancer real quick, you know?
yeah, like the hell? It's so
that's when I was getting the fucking those videos I was trying to send you.
Yeah.
The stand up to the blue hate. I get videos of that, and I tried to send it to you. Like, what the fuck is this on my TikTok? And then I got it on Instagram too,
Uh-huh.
because they think something. But like, then I tried to send it to you, and it was just like a blank message.
That was so
And
weird, dude.
yeah, and I tried to like take a screenshot of it, and it wouldn't send the screenshot of it. So then I'm like, I'm gonna have to fucking tell you now, man. Like, but yeah, I got it like a month ago, and then I got it again like a week ago. It's like you've been scrolling through too much of this shit. Like, oh, here's stand up to Jewish hate, man. And it's like,
So it was like a checkpoint, kind of
a
like
checkpoint.
a checkpoint as far as like you've been scrolling too much. Like
you've been scrolling too much. Fucking, I
here's
guess
some
on that
Israel
topic.
propaganda to kind of
Yeah,
level out the
yeah. And it was before it got
That's
fucking
funny.
moved over or bought by Larry Ellison, and after.
Yeah.
Um,
Jeez.
but yeah, dude, I was like, well, shit, like there it is, man. But yeah, I haven't seen it really with anything else. Just that one pops up, and there was a commercial. Did you share that commercial with me?
I
Was
think
that
so.
okay? Yeah.
Yeah. Dude. Okay, I think I said this on our show, but I'll say this here. 9/11 has been ramping up as far as exposure goes, and I think the talking point for this previous 9/11 was going to be the dancing Israelis. And once that
Mm,
comes out, there's no denying that they probably pulled the strings to make it happen, to get us to Afghanistan, to get us to Iraq, to fight their war and get the oil, right? But and obviously, like, if you're part of the anti-Semitism publicity team, like that can't happen. You know what I mean? So you pivot and get Charlie Kirk shot. Now nobody's talking about 9/11. People are talking about Charlie Kirk. You know what I mean? So what scares me now is I feel like that backfired because, no pun intended, that backfired because now everyone's like, yo, this guy got shot because he was starting to put together the pieces. And then they look into his wife and they're like, yo, this bitch is a shill, dog. What the fuck?
yeah,
Raytheon. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
And so what scares me is, and even this TikTok thing, even with Larry Ellison owning it, I'm still seeing some shit. You know what I'm saying? Um, Mel and I think that they're allowing this stuff in order to track us and build up their database to be like, these guys are going to be a problem later on, you know? So that might be why they're allowing this shit to go on. But like I said, it's starting to bleed out into Instagram. Twitter is already doing its thing. You know what I mean? The scary thing is the Samson option that they have, where you know if they're faced with a threat where they're cornered, they're just gonna nuke everybody and just kind of
yeah.
go fucking kamikaze style. You know what I mean? I think that's what World War III is gonna be, boys. You know what I'm saying? I think World War III is gonna be like,
And
yo, they know the jig is up. Bam! You know
just
what
press the
I'm
red button.
saying?
Hell yeah, man. Because
Get
at
one
some
really
point in
big
time,
chicken.
Yeah, one big
everything has to
chicken.
reach ahead. It has to. And I think that there are contingencies that they have in case that happens. You know,
Mhm,
I don't think that I know that they know that they can't run this pendulum forever. That eventually the people are going to revolt, people are going to stop, participating, and they have a plan for that too, And
mhm.
but like I've said this a hundred times, Rome fell and was rebuilt. Persia fell, was rebuilt. Fucking Greece fell, was rebuilt. Every single big empire has fallen and has gotten rebuilt, and United States is just a new version of that. So who's to say that we're not in a certain point in time where we were at one point in time, and it's just going to fall again and just become rebuilt again, you know?
And there's a
Right.
common variable about those falling and rebuilding nations. There's a certain group of people that pass through before they fall,
Yep.
and there's a certain group of people that pass through when they're rebuilding as well.
Yep. Every single time. Every single time. I wonder who they are.
Damn,
Yeah.
man, it's
Weird.
crazy. Really weird.
Yeah, let's.
It was right under our noses the whole time.
That's a good way to fucking let it go, man. Where are you guys found on the internet? Besides cave.
You can find us at the cave, K4V3, the cave. You can find me Jereezy, Joreeeeezy, 3 E's anywhere.
Cool.
Yeah, you can find me at Only One Mailman. That's on everything. That's on TikTok, Instagram. I don't got Facebook. You know, it's on everything. Only One Mailman. Cash App if you want to send me some cash too. You know.
I need to start an OnlyFans too. That'd be dope to be like, follow me on OnlyFans, dog.
Hell
Easy.
You're just making eggs and shit on your OnlyFans.
Just cooking and shit.
Right.
Yeah, the OnlyFans cave, man. That's the new one, man.
Coming soon.
Coming soon.
Bro.
Yeah.
Coming
Cool.
soon.
Thanks, you guys. Fucking.
Thank you, bro.
Yeah, dude. Appreciate talking with you guys. Fun. So, yeah, that's it, man. That's the fucking show, man. Boom. And yeah.
Cut it, dry it, print it.
It's Rusty Diamond, motherfucker. It's Rusty Diamond, motherfucker.